our final interstate trip for the season. An interesting game because, look, it wasn't a terrible performance. It wasn't one of our worst games of the season. There were some positives, but at the end of the day, you just sort of have to sit back and say that Melbourne City were the better team and are the better team at the moment. And you look at their squad on paper, and they've got a top team. And even though they were missing, a few key players due to injury at the moment, they were still able to comfortably defeat us in the end. There are some positives, as mentioned, to take out of this result. But again, just unable to create quality opportunities in attack, which has been a big problem for us, obviously, this season that we seem to be talking about every single week. But look, heading into this week, I think it was good to see that we did run not only with the same starting 11, but with the same bench as well. No surprise after that 3-1 victory at home against Perth Glory last week. I felt like heading into this game, we said it in the preview video, that maybe we had a chance to hit City on the counter-attack. We know City were going to have a lot of the ball, create a lot of opportunities. If we could have hit them on the counter-attack, we may have a chance to get a result from this game. And we started this game quite well. The opening 10-15 minutes, we had some great chances. Thea Harris, after a minute, had a great opportunity to score. Disappointing that he didn't manage to hit the target on that occasion early on, because that would have completely changed, the look of the game if we had taken an early lead. Overall, defensively, we were pretty solid. Again, that back five of Caltech, Sainsbury, Paulie, or Marags and Docker in the wing-back positions. Perech Cullen made some crucial saves in this game. McCalmont and Still were working hard in this game, but with the way City play, they're so fluid in their movement, and, Andreas Kuhn drops into midfield to pick up the ball. At times we were just getting a little bit outnumbered in midfield. And then the front three just weren't quite as effective as they were against Perth Glory last week. Quality of Harris Fajar, again, all worked hard. I don't think had bad games. But again, we just weren't able to sort of string in, a quality moves going forward to break through Melbourne City. Let's have a look at the stats. For Melbourne City, they obviously dominated a lot of the statistics. These come from Google. 12 shots for City, 5 on target overall. Mariners with 7 shots, 0 on target. Again, this is something that, look, we don't always see the 0 on target, but the lack of shots and the lack of quality opportunities, as mentioned, is a reoccurring theme that we don't want to see, obviously, for Mariners this season. 66% possession for Melbourne City in this game as well. You can see they had almost double our passes as well. The pass accuracy is something to note, and this is disappointing. 68% for the Mariners. That is quite low for an A-League team. You can see there for Melbourne City, 84%. So that was one of the clear differences between the two teams. Melbourne City are a really effective passing team, and they cut through opposition teams, and they've done it many times this season. And Central Coast Mariners, we really struggled in that department. It's something that we have to improve on, and that's obviously an area of the game that we were really effective in the last couple of seasons. With especially the likes of Max Ballard and Josh Nisbet in our team. Some great passes of the ball in our team, and we do have some good passes of the ball, but at the moment, whether it's the system, I'm not sure. Who knows? 68% passing accuracy just isn't good enough for any side. So that we need some improvement in that department. This was a fiery game too. There were a couple little moments. Mikael Docker involved with Ashes Bajic. Christian Thea Harris with a heavy challenge as well. Late on in that first half, a few yellow cards shown. And it's great to see obviously we are out of the race now for finals. I mean, it's great to see this team playing with, a great amount of passion and fight and a great team spirit there. That we want to make the fans proud, I think, to finish off this season, which is obviously what we want to see. And it's important that we finish as high as possible. Obviously, we can't make finals now, but let's have a jump to the ladder now and take a quick look at it, because looking at the ladder, obviously 10th on the ladder right now, 25 points, so we are out of contention for finals. But the main thing, and we talked about this in the preview video as well, I think the main aim for now for Mariners is to finish above our rivals, Newcastle Jets, who are 1 point ahead of us at the time of this recording. They still have a game to play this weekend, and obviously next week is the F3 Derby, which we will be talking about over the coming week, obviously as well. But it's set up as a huge game because, I mean, Newcastle Jets, depending on how their result goes this weekend, could still be in finals contention, but we could defeat Newcastle Jets next week and not only jump ahead of them, but rule them out of making finals, which would be a very, very sweet victory for Central Coast Mariners. So that's the aim now, to not only jump ahead of Newcastle Jets, but avoid that bottom four. We want to avoid those Australia Cup playoffs. We want to qualify straight directly into the Australia Cup. One of the only tournaments that we have not won yet. So that's the aim for later on this year. But look, Central Coast Mariners, again, it's a funny one because it wasn't a terrible performance. Some chances late on in the game, but ultimately you just have to put your hands up and say Melbourne City were the better side on the day. Just a 1-0 victory. Again, I think a positive, the fact that we did manage to hold Melbourne City out for that second half and the goal they did concede. I mean, I'm not particularly disappointed with it because it was a set play that perfectly worked out. Look, maybe we could have tracked that run of Kai Truan better. Mikael Docker sort of maybe just losing his defender, his attacker there. But aside from that, man, I think it was overall a relatively solid performance at the back defensively, holding a top side like Melbourne City to just the one goal. So we look ahead to the final few games. Newcastle Jets, our final away game next week. Need the win in the F3 derby. Let me know your thoughts on this game in the comments section and stay subscribed for more Mariners content right here on the channel. My name's Lockie. Hit the like button and I'll see you in the next one.